We see more tornadoes and severe thunderstorms in the springtime in Illinois because the ingredients that we need to get those types of storms and to get those things to develop are more plentiful in the springtime. You've got the warm, humid air that starts surging in from the south, coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. You still have air that's cold enough coming down from Canada and a pretty strong jet stream aloft that really gets these storms going in the springtime. With severe storms, we have a number of dangers. First of all, we have the threat of tornadoes. Tornadoes can occur at any time of the year. We peak in the spring, but they occur at any time. Tornadoes on average are usually on the ground for about 5 minutes or more, but they've been on the ground for as much as 90 minutes at times. So tornadoes do a lot of damage to buildings and cause quite a few injuries and even fatalities at times. We also have wind damage. We can have different kinds of wind, either straight line wind or what we call downburst winds. And those types of wind can cause just as much damage as a lot of the tornadoes we get around here. So they need to be taken seriously. We're talking wind speeds of anywhere from 65, 70 miles an hour on the low end up to over 120, 130 miles an hour on the high end. And that's enough to destroy outbuildings and take the roof off a house and bring down a lot of trees. We also have the threat of large hail, which can cause quite a bit of property damage as well as damage to crops. And then finally, we have the threat of flash flooding because a lot of severe thunderstorms produce very heavy rainfall. The same type of ingredients to create a storm that's capable of producing a tornado or high wind gust is also capable of producing very heavy rain and flash flooding in a short period of time. When it comes to staying informed about severe storms and the warnings that are issued for severe storms, it's important that people have multiple ways of getting information. Don't just rely on the storm sirens because they're only a small part of the warning process and not meant to be heard everywhere. The best thing you can do, besides keeping track through your local television and radio stations, is to get a weather alert radio. Weather alert radio is almost like having your own personal storm siren in your house. You can program it for the area you live in, and you can get literally up to the second weather warnings, because as soon as weather warnings come from the National Weather Service, within seconds your radio is alarming if you are impacted by that storm. And having one of these radios is just as important as having a smoke detector in your house, because the threat of having a fire in your house is just about as great as having damage from severe storms, whether it be from tornadoes or high winds, or the dangers of flooding, which can flood basements and cause a lot of property damage.